All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and for this one I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the 16 crystal cost characters currently in the game, because as you can see right here, there is a 30% discount event active for the next 9 days. Well, a little bit less than that now, but point is, you got a little bit of time to decide if you want to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe all of them. However, a couple of them definitely not worth it, and at least one of them, is completely attainable for free. So spending 4,600 crystals on said character would be a massive waste of resources, because if you're in the position where you have to buy Silver Surfer and point him out, okay? point him out. You don't have the materials to build this guy up, okay? So you're definitely making a big mistake. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. I'm gonna hit you guys with yet another tier list video. So let's get right into it, man. Silver Surfer, this guy is attainable for free. If you've been away for a very, very, very long time and you're coming back to Marvel Future Fight, all you gotta do is log in and go into Giant Boss Raid. And if you can beat Giant Boss Raid, you should have access to Silver Surfer. It's super easy to get this guy. So spending 4K on him is a massive waste. You could put that 4K towards the epic quest. You could put that 4K towards like 6 uniform, especially since they're 50% off right now. There's so many other things that you could do with the crystals that buying Silver Surfer for 4,000 crystals is one of the worst mistakes you will ever make, because you're gonna have to buy him for 4K, not have the materials, have him sit in your roster for at least 3, 4, 5 months, and then you're also gonna need to buy his uniform. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a stupid decision. I know he is top 3, actually top 4, slipping. Top 4 for PvP. Top 4 doesn't even sound right. Top 5, okay? Top 5 sounds sexy. Anyway, so he's top 5 in PvP. He was at one point number 1. He's slipping again, but he might get another uniform at some point in the future, but we'll have to wait and see. The point is, do not buy Silver Surfer, even though he is undoubtedly one of the best characters in the game. Unlock him for free, grind the game, build him up normally, and then spend said crystals on his uniform. If you have to buy him, you don't have the materials to build him. Now, with that out of the way, okay, because he's the only one that's truly like still free. Odin used to be free back in the day. Speaking of Odin is decent, but I don't think majority of players should buy Odin. Thor exists. Anything Odin can do, Thor can do it better, except give you debuff removal. That's literally the only reason to get Odin, because he has a debuff removal leadership, so you can use that in Alliance Conquest. If you needed more of those, then yeah, buy Odin, build him up, and then buy his uniform, because at that point you've already invested in him. You might as well take him all the way, well, I wouldn't say go to tier 4, but at least to a place where he can possibly get you a couple kills in Alliance Conquest. But again, not what I recommend, okay? Odin is a skip, honestly, until he gets another uniform that makes him significantly stronger. He's kind of like Professor X as well. Professor X is even less useful, right? Because he doesn't have a debuff removal leadership. He doesn't offer you anything but DPS, sadly, and not very much of it. Like, there's way stronger characters in the game, so he is a major skip. If you're buying these two, you might as well buy Negasonic. No, Negasonic is pretty bad. Negasonic is trash. Iceman is trash. They don't offer nothing. Arachnite is trash, sadly. Alright, he got a uniform, but he didn't really move the needle. If they had given him, I don't know, friggin' iframe more, then he could possibly be useful for AC. Iceman, even though he doesn't have very much for PvP in his kit, because he has all these skills that linger, sometimes he can do some stuff in AC against super trash tier characters. But besides that, nah. Okay, moving on. Mystique, I'll put Mystique here. Okay, Mystique has tier 4, just like these guys, and she's also a support, so she's a little bit more useful than him. Debatable about him, because there's so many characters that can give you extra damage to heroes and villains these days. Like, we got Taskmaster, we got Proxima, we got Coulson, bro, we got Valkyrie, we got Sif, we got Angela, you know what I'm saying? We got Leader, we got so many characters that give you what Mystique gives you. So again, why would you spend the crystals to buy her unless you love her? That's literally it. At that point, you're buying her for love. And it's kind of the same thing with Wave, okay? Wave gets used a little bit more, especially if you don't have like White Fox, right? If you don't have White Fox, because most people are using White Fox and Shuri with Luna Snow for ABX ABL. If you don't have White Fox, then you would be using Wave, but the same way how you get White Fox is the same way how you get Wave. So why would you ever buy Wave over White Fox? You wouldn't, because even in my opinion, base White Fox is better than Wave with her uniform. So even if you can't buy the super premium cash only uniform for White Fox, you're still better off just buying her and just playing her naked, or getting her free to play uniform. That's just me, right? Her uniform is undoubtedly one of the best uniforms you could buy for money in this game. It's been at the top of the game in terms of usefulness for the longest time, and I continue to see value in it to this day. And I don't think that will ever change unless she gets another uniform. And they have no reason to really give her another uniform. See what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, she is undoubtedly one of the best picks here. Then we got to put her in decent. You notice a pattern here? The characters that have tier 4 outside of Silver Surfer, who is free, right? They're all going in decent, but they're all lacking something. She has a leadership similar to Odin that gives debuff removal. However, it's not as good as Odin's because it only gives debuff removal to specific characters. The Warriors of the Sky, a very niche group. And for her to be good in PvP, which honestly is kind of sad to say at this point, she needs another character who's also premium. One that requires that you spend money. So you have to spend crystals to get her, then spend crystals to get her uniform, right? Or somehow finagle something to get her uniform. And then also her uniform is going to require premium tickets to level up because you don't have bios for her. And you're going to need Mega Rank Up, Mega Tier 2 to get her to Tier 2, like you will for all of these guys, right? Except Odin, because he's Tier 2 native and Silver Surfer. Right, but point is, the native Tier 1 characters, I'm kind of rambling here, but I'm trying to give the newer players or the people who've been out of the loop a little bit of like what you don't have, the trials and tribulations that you're going to have to go through with these characters to make them useful. But the point is, for her, right, gotta get her uniform, build her up, and then she's going to be like a decent character for PvE. But realistically, her value is in PvP, and she requires that you spend money to get another character to then get that character that you spend money on built up to awaken status. Well, maybe not awaken status, but if you want the team to actually work, he needs to be awakened too. I'm talking about the Syrian Sunbird. You need to have Syrian Sunbird Shadow Shell, who's free, right? And then you can only use them in AC, a game mode that I care about, but majority of players don't care about. So again, yikes, skip. Like literally, like I'm sad to say, like pretty much almost everybody in this whole crystal category is a skip, almost, right? Dormammu, there will be no bargain. Okay, you're trash. Straight up trash. It's so sad, bro. I would love to see the day that Dormammu comes back to the meta. Next up, we got my boy here, Abomination. Abomination is decent, but similar to Blue Dragon, missing something. What is he missing? Well, he can only buff a small subgroup in the game, just like Blue Dragon. He can only buff the Gamma characters, and only one of them really is in the meta right now, and that's Hulk. The other ones, we don't know when they'll ever be good, if ever, right? And truthfully speaking, for PvP, you're never gonna put Abomination on your team, so you're realistically just building up, buying Abomination. Then you need to get a seasonal uniform. He has it the worst, honestly, because like at least you buy White Fox and then you get her a seasonal uniform, but she can buff like half the game because it's the leadership tag, right? With him, you're buying him and then buying a seasonal uniform. Granted, hers costs money, his costs crystals, but then he can only buff like 4 or 5 characters. Like that's just crazy, right? That's literally, say it with me now, an abomination. Okay, I got problems, but maybe it's not funny, but it is kind of comical how bad his utility is. Point is, I can't put him in trash because Hulk is great and Hulk benefits from him, but he doesn't really have much more than these guys. And the only reason why he's not like probably like down here is because Hulk is still hanging on to a spot in ABX ABL for some people. For me, Kingpin's already like replaced Hulk, but that's just me. Next up, Sabretooth. Most people would say Sabretooth is trash, and I would be inclined to agree with them if he didn't have an undead artifact. And the undead artifact makes him good for AC. He can take out some characters if you build him with the artifact. So because of that, I'm gonna put him in here. Put him at the last spot, I don't care. Emma Frost, decent as well. Only if you have her artifact that gives her the ability to reflect, right? Back in the day before there was tier 4, easily I would have put her up here in top meta picks, right? But with tier 4, the reflect just doesn't go as far as it used to, because they can kill her before she can reflect. And she has her third skill, which can snipe, and she has a bunch of defense and stuff. I think she's probably going to get a uniform on a tier 4 soon, and when that does happen, then she'll probably jump back up here. Okay, so keep an eye out for this one. You could buy it prematurely, but I don't think you should. Okay, because Black Friday they do the same discount. Next up, top meta picks. Kind of crazy. I'm gonna put Rachel here because Rachel, unlike Emma Frost, actually only if you have her artifact. You need to get her uniform, and get her artifact. Artifact gives her the ability to revive, and similar to Cersei, she revives, pops her awaken skill, and she can kill multiple characters. She can wipe a whole team. You're gonna see her a lot in Otherworld battle when the big dogs like Adam Warlock, Sentry, Null, Wolverine, etc. are banned. She's running them up. She's on almost every team, so she's like top meta for Alliance Conquest, Otherworld battle, and I'm willing to bet that she's gonna be a mainstay in team battle arena. So you could invest in her. Okay. Next up, we got Adam Warlock. Now, Adam Warlock right now is below Silver Surfer. He's literally the 5th man. Okay, with the magic hands. Okay, so basically, Adam Warlock is in a tricky spot. This uniform is coming up on 2 years old. It came out 2023, pretty sure end of May, like the 1st of June, something like that. Okay, was the #1 PvP character at the time, and then he slowly drifted down. Right now, if I were to say the top 5 meta, it's Null #1, Sentry #2, Wolverine #3, Surfer #4, Adam #5. Everybody else after that, maybe Thanos #6. Okay, Thanos, Deadpool, like all them guys after Adam. Okay, cool. Point is, 2-year-old uniform, more and more characters getting buffed. Eventually he's gonna drop to 6, then 7, then 8, and 9. So it comes down to this: how quickly can you build him up to his maximum level? Tier 4. Okay, he doesn't even need tier 4, but like level 80. If you can buy him and build him up to level 80 within a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, go ahead and do it. Okay, he's definitely going to be a powerhouse, even if he gets pushed out of the top 5 conversation. He's not dropping below 10. Okay, he's not dropping. He's not going back to the dark days of being a super premium character that's just worthless, because that's what he was when he first got released. However, those days are done and they're never coming back. He's always going to be a threat. So 2 years of being in the top 5 is actually kind of crazy, but I think Adam Warlock is a good purchase still to this day. Would I put him over White Fox though? Probably not, but I would definitely put him over Rachel. So I'm gonna shake it out like this. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I've been ranting for a little bit, but I hope this was helpful, and you leave me your thoughts in the comments. If you disagree and you think all these guys should be in the trash category, or you think even though Surfer is free, he's a good pick to get a head start on building him, and tell me I'm dumb in the comments. But I just don't think you should buy Silver Surfer, because if you're buying him, then chances are you don't have the materials stored up to build him. Now, this part of the video is for those of you guys who make it to the very end, because I know there's already somebody in the comment section be like, yo, bro, you forgot. You can farm them from dimension missions. Of course I didn't forget, bro. That's how I got them on my free-to-play account. However, I just got to put it here at the end and let you guys know that, yes, while you can get a couple of them from dimension missions, it will take you a very, very, very long time. If you're fishing for a specific one, expect you to take at least 12 months of farming this thing every single day, popping the chest and being disappointed almost every single time. Best of luck to you. Happy farming. Hopefully the next chest you open is the one you want. I'm gone. Peace.